So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Regina Held. I'm the director of both Nuance and Matrix Fine Art. And this is our 17th year, by the way, of doing this. So I'm really excited about this show, both shows. I'm sure you have been to both shows, right? If you haven't, make sure you see everything. But this is Adabel's third show here. And last time when we talked last time, it was like about 4.5 months ago. I said, we're going to have a show. And she was like, it's in 4 months. I'm like, this is better for you. The more time you have, the more time you take. Yeah. See? 4 months, and she produced the whole body of work, and it's, I think, the best body of work ever. It's really amazing. So I'm really loving the show. She's going to show you how she prints what she does, and she'll talk a little bit about her inspiration and how she goes about making these. Just beware that she's going to make it look extremely easy. Okay, it's a lot more complicated than what she's showing you right now. Without further ado, I give you Adabel.
Thanks for coming out. I didn't know I was to talk about inspiration during the technique demo, but I will say a little bit about birds. That some of you who know me personally know that it was a little bit of a rough year, and I'm really grateful that I was able to have a room and an outlet of creativity and my artwork. And birds have always been, throughout a lot of centuries and across cultures and across time, a symbol of hope and inspiration. And I hope that some of that comes across to you, as it was kind of my toe line to get through a lot of what I went through personally. And so I'll just say that about the inspiration part, so that birds are kind of the way that I kind of keep pulling myself out of certain situations. So I hope it pulls you out of some as well and gives you a little bit of fun, at least. So, but as far as the technique, I'm going to just briefly explain this process. This is called photogravure, and this is a stainless steel plate, and it has a chemical emulsion that is sensitive only to UV light. And I take a positive transparency. This one is actually probably a little bit, can people see the image that's on that? So this is just a positive transparency that's made on an inkjet printer. I actually do the ink drawing. I just start with a Sharpie marker, and I usually start with the eye. I don't know why. I always start at the eye, and I just kind of go. And so I just start with a Sharpie marker. I don't do any underdrawing or anything like that. And I just start in a sketchbook, and I'll start with the eye, and then I just kind of draw, and I go from there. And then I scanned in my drawing, and then I merged it with the photograph that I took. Because when they first taught me this process, they said, photogravure is great, because you can use it for drawing and painting, or you can use it for photography. And I said, I want to do both. I don't like doing just one or the other. I want to put it all together. So I kind of tried to figure out a way to do that, and so I've done it in a variety of ways. And this particular suite from state to state, I scanned in the ink drawings and merged it with photographs. The whole show is photogravures except for the 3 square monotypes. And so it's a variety of different techniques using drawing or painting and different media with photography and or Photoshop techniques to ultimately come out with an inkjet transparency. And you can use the sun to expose these plates, and you basically just sandwich it with a piece of glass, but we have a UV exposure unit. Can everyone hear me in the back? Okay. We have a UV exposure unit that has a UV light bulb, and basically wherever it's dark, it blocks the light, and wherever it's light, it lets the light through. And wherever it lets the light through, that hardens the emulsion, and wherever the light is blocked, that blocks the light from hardening the emulsion. So when I put the plate into water, that part of the plate washes away. Does that make sense? Yes. So that creates a topography. That creates hills and valleys and hills and valleys, microscopically, photographically engraved on this surface. And that is an intaglio process, or gravure process. Intaglio and gravure, those are interchangeable words. Intaglio is Italian for incised. Gravure is French for engraved. And basically what that means is that you're inking the incised or the recessed or the engraved surfaces, and then wiping off the top of it, and you're using an intaglio press with moist paper pull the print. So, you want to see him pull the print?
Yeah.
Enough of this. Enough of that. But did I explain that well enough? Did that come across? Okay, because it's kind of a weird process. So basically, I'm in high heels and a dress, and they have a glass of wine. I'm like, oh, I don't need gloves. Forgetting a few things here. But I will get through this, trust me. I've done this for a while. Basically, I'm using 2 plates for this, and technically you're supposed to use a different plate for every single color that you're using in a print. And the reason why I'm only using 2 plates for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors is a little bit of laziness and invention combined, because it's a way to conserve on materials as well as a way to do something what is called selective wiping. And selective wiping is basically allowing me to put multiple colors on a single plate and doing it. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors on this plate and 1 color on that plate, and that is just allowing me to pull it in 2 pulls as opposed to 7 pulls. So I'm saving time, I'm saving materials. Printmakers are kind of inventors that way in terms of like, sometimes I don't want to have to do as much as I have to do to get what's the most efficient way to get to where I need to get. And so that's partly why we kind of come up with different ways of doing that. So
Can we ask a question?
yes, please ask questions.
Okay, so why on the one plate are you just putting 1 color rather than like maybe 2 colors and then 3 on the other? So why one plate, just 1 color?
Typically because it's called the key plate, and the key plate